Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nana Edna. I do DIY videos, educational videos and lifestyle vlogs. Yes, it is Corona time. Yes, so since it is Corona time and people are quarantined at home, I thought I should give you a few homeschooling tips to homeschool your children while you are quarantined. So I want to give you a few tips on how to homeschool. Tip number one, dedicate space. Yes, dedicate some space for your homeschooling. I'm talking this because of the common mwananchi kama mimi, mwananchi wa kawaida kama mimi, whereby you don't have a study room. Yes, you don't have a study room, and if you have a study room, well, you should be thankful. For those who don't have, you can just dedicate maybe a space in your bedroom, maybe a space in the kids' bedroom, maybe a space in the dining area, or a space in the living room whereby study is going to take place. So dedicate some space. It is very, very, very important. Tip number two, schedule. Yes, schedule. You have to come up with a schedule. These kids were used to going to school, they know the school routine. Now they are back home, so you need to schedule and come up with a new routine. So as you schedule, for example, I'm going to show you how I scheduled my homeschooling routine this time. Yes, as I said earlier, you have to schedule. It is very, very, very crucial to schedule. So for example, this is my homeschooling schedule. I have time and the activity. So by 8, everyone should have taken their breakfast and you meet at the table, the designated area that you already set for learning, the study area. So from 8 to 8:30 we're doing math. Then 8:30 to 9 we're doing English. Then 9:30 to 10 we are having a snack and a break. Yes, this is the time to have some fun and play some games. Then we resume from 11 to 11:30 we have Kiswahili. From 11:30 to noon, science. From noon to 1 p.m. we are having a 1-hour lunch break. And from 1 to 1:30 we have CRE, 1:30 to 2 we have SST, then from 2 to 3 we have games and art. This is where we play different games and art. Then 3:10 p.m. we have a snack, and then 3:10 to 3:50 it's quiet time. This is the time when the children can go and do their novel reading, they can do journaling, how the day was and so forth. They can do whichever activity they like to do. So come up with a schedule. It is very important, and let the schedule be flexible. Don't make a schedule which is very, very, very rigid. It should be flexible because we are at home. Remember, we are at home. It should be a flexible schedule. And again, another thing that I want to mention is that don't give like your lesson to be like a 1 hour. Consider the age of your learners. For example, if your learner is in lower primary, a 30-minute lesson is enough. Don't go more than to an hour. What for? They won't understand. And another one, for example, your learner is a candidate, your child is a candidate, you want to extend. No, kindly just give reasonable time, and remember that we are homeschooling. Let learning be fun. So yes, remember to schedule. Tip number 3. Yes, tip number 3, plan your materials. Yes, you need to plan after you schedule. At this time you're going to do this, at this time you're going to do this. Now you need to get the materials. So you need to get your supplies. For example, if you're doing art, you need to get your crayons, you need to get your glue, you need to get your manila papers, you need to get all the stuff that you require. If you're doing knitting, you need to get your yarn. Yes, because you need these materials. So you have to plan ahead and get these materials. So go to your supermarket, go to your shop, get the supplies at home, because you need them for you to contain your children at home and for the homeschooling. Tip number 4, lesson plan. Tip number 4, lesson plan. Yes, you have to lesson plan. Even we as teachers, we don't just go to class without preparing our lesson notes and our lesson plans. So you need to plan. If you're going to teach about, for example, let's say fractions, you're teaching about fractions in grade 2. I'm a grade 2 teacher, so probably I'll be using more of grade 2 content because I'm acquainted with that. So if you're teaching fractions in grade 2, for example, or you're doing addition in grade 2, and you need those materials, you need to lesson plan. If you're doing math, for example, you're doing fractions, you need to assemble your materials, you need to lesson plan the introduction part of the lesson. What are you gonna do, which activity, as you develop your lesson, which activities are you going to involve the learners in, and then how do you plan to conclude your lesson to make it more fun. Remember, as you lesson plan, keep this in mind. Your introductory part should be an attention getter. Introductory part should be an attention getter. This is whereby you can ask key inquiry questions depending on what you're covering. If you're doing English, if you're doing social studies, if you're doing science, if you're doing home science. So there's some key inquiry questions that get the learners curious. The questions make the learners become curious and also want to know and want to discuss more. So make sure that the introductory part is an attention getter to model the skill. For example, if you're teaching about fractions in grade 2, for example, you're teaching about halves and quarters, so you can get things like apples and oranges. You cut them together with the learner, you cut, and then you tell them, now this is a half, this is a quarter, and then after that you eat. So you have modeled the skill and it is fun to do that. And then now you do a hands-on activity, 3 hands-on activity. So you now can draw the for example, the circle using a circular object, and then shade half, shade quarter, and now you can guide the learner to do that. And then now you give an independent work. Once you give an independent work, this one will help you to assess, to see if the learner got the concept that you were teaching. So remember, when you're lesson planning, introductory part, let it be an attention getter. Number 2, model the skill. Number 3, hands-on activity, yes. And number 4, independent work to assess if the concept was acquired. Another tip number 5, plan backwards. Tip number 5, plan backwards. I know some will be like, but we want to cover the syllabus or the curriculum. No. Assess first and see where these learners have the weaknesses, where they did not understand better while they were in school, what would they love, and also incorporate the learners. Let the learners guide you which areas would they like to cover, which areas that they have learned previously that they did not understand and they would like you people to revisit together. So this will help you. So plan backwards. Depending on the needs of your learner or your child, plan backwards before you start going ahead of the curriculum. So another thing I would like to say, remember, sandwich play, work, and fun. Sandwich, work, play, and fun. So it is play, work, fun. Don't be that serious teacher at home that is very serious. Ameweka sura ya kazi hata hakuna kucheka ati kwa sababu mnasoma. No. Be friendly and create a friendly environment. Play with your kiddos and then it's gonna be fun. Play different games. For example, in my house we were playing skipping the rope, we were playing kati, and it was fun. The kids could not believe that I could skip the rope. They could not believe but now they know their mama can skip very nicely, can jump, high jump, kuruka zile tulikuwa tunaruka uzi. I know. So I taught them and they were like, really? You mean you can jump that high? Yes. So it makes learning very, very interesting and enjoyable. So I'm going to give this in a nutshell. Tip number 1, dedicate space. Tip number 2, schedule. Tip number 3, plan your materials. Tip number 4, lesson plan. And lastly, plan backwards. Plan backwards. I hope this video would be of great help to homeschooling parents now as we are quarantined in this corona time. And if you like this video, kindly give it a thumbs up and give your comments down below. I would like to know what are your tips as you are homeschooling, which are the challenges that you're facing here and there. And I said earlier, I'm a certified teacher with the TSC, so you can ask me any question regarding the primary section. Yes, I teach primary section, not high school. And yeah, I'm going to answer your questions on the comment section below. Remember, if you're not subscribed to this educational channel, kindly subscribe and let's learn together. Until next time, remember to feed your dreams and starve your fears. Bye.